Hey guys, before we get into this episode, I want to let you know about our How to Charge a Client guide, our 54-page digital download book that will teach you how to secure more money from your clients. From working with local businesses to some of the biggest celebrities and brands in the world, I will teach you everything I've learned about charging my clients over the past 10 plus years of my career as a freelance creator. In this guide, I walk through the process of charging clients step by step, explaining exactly how I analyze, negotiate, and land higher paying job opportunities. If you're interested in making more money as a creator, head over to shopbwnc.com and get the guide now. And we are back with another morning roast edition of the Black with No Cream podcast, where every Wednesday morning we deep dive into creative topics with the goal of giving you a daily dose of motivation and inspiration. I'm your host, Ben Haggerty, aka Ben Real Verse World, and today I'm going to introduce my guest, or no, what the fuck's it called? My co-host. Sorry, I'm excited. It's David Malave, and guess what today is?
Today
is his birthday. Darren, add some fucking balloons. Add some confetti. It's your birthday, dude.
Thanks, man. I guess when people listen to this, it'll be the day after my birthday. But
we're
today,
recording it.
Currently recording on my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thanks,
I waited. We'll talk about it in a second. Today's topic is the Grammy Award winning Homecoming film. Is that what we named it? Is that the topic name?
What's that?
We just want to talk about, we got a Grammy out here, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
with the
bro.
little Netflix film we're part of. So we're going to talk about getting Grammys. And before I say the next thing, we're going to open up this little beach. Some shitty champagne from Ralph's for the birthday boy. But if this is your first time tuning the podcast, you're probably wondering,
what the fuck is Black with No Cream?
Great question. Black with No Cream is the illest educational resource for content creators fueled by caffeine. Or at least I take my coffee black with no cream, but you can drink or not drink whatever caffeine you fuck with and still be a part of our community. We have thousands of members from all around the world working together by sharing content, asking for feedback, passing tips and tricks along to one another with the goal of pushing each other to become the best motherfucking content creators on earth. And you can join our private group if you want to by going to bwnc.com/join. We would love to fucking have you. Please join. And without further ado, I bring to you this morning roast episode and the second most epic podcast intro ever created right motherfucking now. Welcome to the morning roast, a place where you will get the most info from a deep dive into the topics that really need life with your host Ben and Dave, coming to you live today. Grab your cup of joe and take some fucking notes, you bitch. Oh, get it. All right, the birthday.
And that's why you don't pop it over the computer.
Yeah, the birthday shit's on the way. I spilled a whole cup of something on my laptop when I was in Miami, and now my space bar and a lot of other keys don't work, and I'm pretty fucking bummed about it. So there's that fun fact.
And that's it for today, guys.
And that's it for today. Let's get this one poured for Dave. There we
sir.
go. Yes. So today, I walked in here, and I've been trying to deliver this project because I go to Hawaii tomorrow for vacation. So I've been working really hard to get this project done. And I walk in here, and then Dave came in here. I saw him at the gym earlier today too, and I didn't think anything of it because I was just in my head. And then Dave answered a call from his homie, and the way they talked to each other, I heard something where he said, "Thanks, bud." And then I was like, what is he talking about? And then I looked, it was like I zoomed in on my calendar on my computer. I was like, the fourth equals birthday. Fuck, I was pissed.
Doug, you know what's funny is I legit was just I really wanted to see how long it would take till you figured it out. Because it's kind of funny. Today, you're like the only person it's possible you might be the only person I see today. So it was like, besides people texting me or calling me, It was like, I walked in the office and I was just like, I could tell on your face that you didn't know.
No.
So I was just like, all right, let's see how long it goes. And I was considering the fact if we would have went all day today and left, and then like Lauren would have said some shit and you'd have been like,
I would have felt so stupid. Because on my birthday, we were in Cardiff, and I tried to go the whole day without anyone knowing. I think I told Dave at the very end of the day, and then Dave made it very aware to everyone that shit was going down.
yeah. And then we had like a full
We went all
on fucking celebration.
But I think it slipped over my head because, and it's funny because on my birthday this time, you went somewhere on my birthday when I did the paintballing.
Yeah, we went out the night before.
Yeah.
But then I went to Palm Springs.
Right.
When you did your
Right.
I was with you on your actual birthday. But
Yeah. We went to that
weekend
weird
you
country
celebrate.
bar
Yeah.
or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But this time you had like your girlfriend came into town. You guys all went and got a brunch and shit. And I wish I could have fucking gone. I was like slammed on this shit.
Yeah. A lot of editing.
We're gonna have to go up when I get back for a true birthday experience.
Yeah, it's all good, bro. We've been up all over the world.
That's very
we're
true.
good.
That's very true. Well, cheers, dog.
Cheers,
Happy
bro.
birthday.
Appreciate
Everyone, wish Dave a happy birthday in the comments. Go flood his Instagram. Go follow him if you haven't already at David Malave on Instagram. And add him on Facebook because you never know what he posts there.
Absolutely nothing.
Me either, man. It's fucking sad. What else? Before we get into the Grammy stuff, we did that video with my mattress.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
You and I shot a video of my mattress. Yeah, so Dave filmed me in bed.
Yeah, it's just real. It's real, conspicuous. You know what I'm saying?
No. So I linked up with Purple, and I had this idea. So they like gave me this mattress, which is sick, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't realize like I needed a mattress, and there's a whole backstory to this because I want to talk about the video. If you haven't seen it, it's on my Instagram. Maybe I'll put a link to it in the description. That Dave and I did, where we basically like loop continuously, and I'm changing positions. And originally I wanted to just do like 3 positions, just to show like, oh, you sleep in the middle, you can sleep on the left and the right. And then Dave's like, yo, it'd be funny if you like progressively got crazier with the way you sleep. So then I started like sprawling out, and then I'm like in a like fetal position in the middle, and we just made it kind of funny or whatever. And I had watched it so many times looping that I didn't know if it was funny anymore when I was editing it. And I like texted to Dave. He's like, I'll just watch, and if I laugh, like we'll know. And it was funny to you still, right?
Yeah. Hell
All
yeah.
right, cool.
Well,
I sent it to Purple.
I
and
was
they thought it
literally, I
funny.
was literally dying when we were filming it because it was kind of funny because you wanted to kind of be in your like brand appropriate bag where it's just more like actual sleeping positions, only 3, so it's very clean.
Right.
And then that whole time I'm like, bro, this is your channel. Like,
Yeah. You want to make it like you.
And then the minute you did like one of your funny poses, I was just dying. I was like, you started like rolling over. You jumped in bed. That shit was
I
funny.
did the full plank, like
Yeah.
the hard plank on the bed, head straight down into the mattress. No, but the whole idea of it was that we just wanted to continuous motion, and I thought it would be cool. Originally, I was like, how do we rig a camera with maybe a Ronin or whatever? And then I used the Insta360, the 1X to create the sphere effect or whatever. So then Dave stood up on, we showed a BTS clip, maybe Darren can play it right now, but Dave stood on my TV stand or whatever and was able to extend out the monopod basically. So it was like right over the middle of the bed, and was able to do this loop / like walk across the counter and then come back into the mattress to create the effect that it was coming up and coming down. And then I was able to like reposition it in 360 on Premiere to kind of get this weird globe effect without having to make it too worldly looking, I guess.
Yeah, that was keyframe finesse for sure.
Yeah, it was.
To make that motion seem like it was some type of arm making the same motion.
Yeah,
because it's hard. It's really hard to get the same orbital motion every time.
Right.
Like especially when it's not like totally stabilized, even though the Insta360 is tight. By the way.
Because you're doing it all handheld. So sometimes he could get really close to the ceiling. Sometimes it wouldn't be. But it's cool because with it being 360, I could scale out a little bit to match
the
it.
depth.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or scale in if needed.
Right.
Which I didn't think about. But yeah, so I had a lot of flexibility with that. And it was funny because in the raw clip, dog, I wanted to make a video where it like shows me laying there, and then it cuts to you and you're on the thing and you're walking like 4 feet, and
I'm
you have
making
straight game face, straight
Dave
what it is. Focused face, where it's just like you're like biting your tongue and shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, guys, he's gonna cut his tongue off.
Shout
for
out!
this
I'm
video.
not attractive when I'm filming. That's for a fact.
Nobody is, dog.
And I'm making fun of myself because I like would make sound effects with my mouth to like.
Yeah.
It helps you get a smooth motion if you're like shh.
Yeah,
That's
but
funny
anyway,
as
the
fuck.
video turned out great, and I sent it to Purple, and the people at Purple were like dying laughing.
And the whole purpose of it was like, yo, no matter what position you sleep in this bed, the bed's fire.
But it's facts.
Comfortable.
That's facts, and I'm not saying this in a cornball way, like where people be posting branded stuff. We're like, oh my god, I got this bed. Like for real, change the game. And I didn't realize this, and this is the backstory to it. Because when I started talking to Purple, I told them this. Me in mattresses I've never cared. Right? I've always. That's the last thing. Everything basically in my life, aside from camera equipment, is like the last thing I could ever care about. I don't have any cool clothes. I never, like, we have a premiere on the 12th. I have no idea what I'm gonna wear, so I either have to rent a suit or I'm gonna straight up show up in sweatpants. Like I don't invest in my anything else.
Right.
And then when we went on tour, we luckily with touring B&J get provided really nice hotels. So we'd stay in these bomb 4 or 5 star hotels every night, and those beds were. And I don't know if it was just because I was exhausted and I hit the bed, but
It helps.
the bed changed my game. So I was like, oh wow. So when I came home from tour, I got in my bed at home and like couldn't sleep. And then I realized it's because my bed is the bed I stole when I moved into my first apartment in LA. It was owned by Pauly Shore, and Pauly Shore's house, it was his house, and he had furnished this whole room. And so it was awesome because I didn't have furniture. And so I had all that stuff. And when we got kicked out of the house, they were like remodeling it. So we just like took a bunch of his stuff. Sorry, dog. I'm not even gonna lie. And so I took his bed, or I kept it because no one was like claiming it. So I was like, all right, well, whatever. I'm keeping this bed. And when I got off tour, that's when I realized how this is the worst mattress ever, and that's probably why my back hurts. And so I started looking into it, and then Gavin hit me because we were doing all the Dutch Bros stuff, and he's like, "Yo, check out Purple. It's got this weird grid feature that they have where it like sucks in your body in all these spots." And long story short, I got it, and I was like, if it sucks, I'm sending it back. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, I don't care. And I still have it. And me and Lauren went home for Christmas, and it was the same thing where we went home and I slept with my parents. Shout out to my mom. She listens to the podcast, but my bed's way better than your bed at the one that I sleep
my
on.
bed at my parents' place is awful.
Awful?
Now. Awful. I don't know what happened.
You got another mattress. It's like you upgrade your own.
When I go home, I tell them like, yo, this bed sucks.
I know. That's why I'm like, bro, this really, it changed the game in it, and I don't get like, I'm not sweating anymore. I don't know. I could keep telling you all the dope stuff about it, but
invest in your mattress, people. It helps,
for real. Like, I'm glad it was cool that I got it, but now knowing like if I had to do it again, I probably would have bought a real mattress like when I moved to LA.
Well, I told you, because when I got my place out in LA, I had been sleeping on a couch for a while, and you were like, yo, told you I was how much am I spending on my mattress, like more than $1,000 or something. Yeah. I was like, nah, bro, like I feel like this is worth it because I haven't been sleeping comfortably in so long. And so the minute I slept on a cot, on your cot, for the first couple of weeks in my apartment, and by the time I finally got the mattress and I had my first sleep,
I
woke up, I'm like, nope, the best whatever amount of money I spent like ever.
Right. And it's crazy too, because I've always just let that be like my poor side of just me not caring. So it's like any bed I've slept on has been like hand-me-downs or whatever, and I never cared. And then moving here, I did the same thing where I slept on air mattresses with holes in it for almost 2 years, damn near. Yeah. You know what I mean? Which is insane. And then, slowly upgrading. But to have a real bed, like, I'm like, dude, it makes sense why my uncle just invested. You know what I mean? Where they spent like $10K trying to dial in their thing. But it's like, because sleep is important, and like, especially when we create so much. Like, having just gone to Miami and worked all for the Super Bowl, it was like 4 days, didn't sleep at all, came home, worked like straight off the plane to work. And then the time where I did get to sleep for a few hours, it was like, dog, it was changed the game. Whereas when I was in Miami, I slept in like, I'm pretty sure it was like this dude's daughter's bed, that Andrew's homie's house, and we like slept in there, and that was not the wave. It was, and the pillow that they have their, like, Purple has a pillow, and it's the same stuff. And I didn't think I wasn't sure if I liked it at first because it was just different, But now, having slept on my parents' pillow and my old pillow and this one, I'm like, yo, dog, I'm gonna get you one.
Yeah,
I swear to God.
I'm my mattress. I won't say any brands because we speak in Purple, but
yeah, we are speaking Purple. Yeah, right.
But yeah, man, that's your sleep.
I know. I told him I was like, yeah, I'll casually mention this on the podcast, but I'm like so jacked up.
Yeah, I know. That's hilarious.
But anyway, so what this all ties in to this whole podcast purpose of we won a Grammy for Homecoming, the film, which is crazy. And me and Dave were both a part of it, and that feels pretty wild to say that you're a part of a Grammy award-winning film. Like, that's nuts. Is this nuts for you?
It doesn't feel real, to be honest. Like, it's hard.
Yeah.
I felt like just the way I came into it, I felt like I was kind of playing with house money anyways. So then to like, it's not like I was surprised to see where it went by the time it came out because of how like mesmerized I was during the entire process. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And also I feel like as proud of I am in that moment, it was really your moment, and I'm more proud of you and thankful for you for allowing me to like just be in that space and like make my impact however it was made. And then that evolved in its own way towards tour. But I think that's how more I feel about it. I feel more proud of you than I would myself.
Yeah, but outside of us shooting the main, like the concert shit, there's BTS of yours that made the cut. You know what I mean?
I'm
Like you
super
shot
proud.
stuff.
I'm super proud of that.
It's crazy.
The fact that I could even be in there and shoot some of the stuff during the documentary, and mostly just learn and be a part of like the people and just like the insane process that went into making something so legendary.
Right.
And then even the film after, you really look back and you were like, it's crazy to think. I don't think we realized until we stepped on stage at Coachella just how legendary it was gonna be. Like I think during the process we started more and more realizing like, yo, I think this is gonna be crazy. Like, yo, I think we're actually gonna be on Coachella. This is gonna be crazy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when it kept evolving, we were so involved in the process that it was hard to realize like, yo, this might be like one of the most legendary music performances
of all time.
in the sense of like
yeah.
just global like splash. You know, her performing 2 years after like taking a break and becoming a mother and all the struggles that came with that, et cetera, et cetera. And it wasn't until like we laid back in our respective rooms after the first performance where we were both like, damn, like that just happened. You know what I mean?
Man, I don't think I really understood it until I saw the film. Like you see all the headlines and all that stuff, but to me it was like like you said, we're so dialed into the task. You know what I mean? Like make sure you complete the task really well. And so we're just at like high performance, elevated minds to like unlock fucking greatness and make sure this is done the right way. Where I like there were certain elements I missed. I didn't even realize until I watched the movie, and I'm like, oh shit. Because maybe most like during one section of this part of the performance, I would be backstage getting ready for some other thing, and I never even saw that. You know what I mean? And this goes. I think we talked about this the other day, or maybe it was with Ashley. How like.
Yeah,
they don't even see that dancers don't get to see a bunch of the performance because they're always on stage.
If they're in quick change, they're not seeing like this other performance going on.
Right. So I would be like two things that I had witnessed didn't make sense until I saw the link, and I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, I didn't realize that that's what that was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I remember watching the film and like really being like my mouth was on the floor because I'm just like, holy shit, I had no idea what that was, or I never knew that they put that up there on the screen, or et cetera, or whatever. Like, you just miss certain things because you're doing your task. But even after the performance, it's like you see the internet go crazy, and you know it's dope. But it's just dope because it's in general it's Beyonce.
Yeah, it's just
so you're just like, fuck.
She breaks the internet just by like stepping on stage.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like already crazy, but then for so much time to pass and then the film comes out, it's like we had already done a whole nother tour. You know what I mean? We've been on the road.
That's what's crazy.
Almost like a year later, basically, the film comes out, and you hadn't thought about it because we go straight from finish the show to tour mode, and now we're rehearsals and all this stuff. So it's like you don't even think about what you just did, and then all of a sudden your tour is done. You're thinking you're off the high of tour, like, man, that was crazy.
Yeah.
And they're like, Coachella film, and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot we did this. And then they play it, you watch it, and everyone's going nuts again, and then you see the actual impact. You see what the full, like, from A to Z is in her creation, you know what I mean? Her direction and Ed's direction, like for them to actually like take all the pieces that they got
and really crafted like a real story that came from the heart, which was tight.
I love it.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. And you know what's crazy out of all of it? Did we watch it together at the house?
We liked it, watched the premiere.
I've never seen it.
I haven't seen it
since then.
Me either.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it is weird.
I was trying to screen record some stuff from it the other day, and then and I was like busy, but I was trying to knock it out real quick, and then I just watched like 15 minutes of it because I was like, damn, this is crazy.
I should watch it again.
We gotta watch it. I don't know why I haven't. I just haven't like put a slot of time in my head to want to watch it again. Like I don't know if I just needed to like soak in or find myself in the right spot to watch it again. It's just so super weird, but it's like, I mean, I don't know. It's crazy because like I'll be at a bar and like one of her songs will play, and I'll know exactly where we were standing. You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%.
Or I know the pain in my back, or the handoff and having to like chase behind you in the cable thing hooked up to the backpack. Like
that's the thing that when the first time I watched them, like that's what you're thinking of the first time you watch it is like I knew that set like by memory front to back.
Hell yeah.
Like in terms of choreography, in terms of everything, because that was like kind of my job was like I studied that thing top to bottom, and I had to know where to be, make sure you knew your next move, but also just like I'm a huge admirer of like the work that Jaquel and Chris did in terms of like just the insane amount of choreography, like perfection that was going into like getting 300 dancers and bands to just create this like art piece behind her. You know what I mean? And when I watched it the first time, I was just remembering, like, you just remember like, oh, when that pyramid was, we were in rehearsals, and I remember when Jacole was sitting there and he said, oh, this is how we're gonna do her. This is how she's gonna walk down. Or you saw like them rehearse songs over and over again at like the beginning stages. And you just like think back to all those memories. And I think that's the coolest thing about it. It's like we'll always remember that time in like the best way possible.
Well, it's like, think about, you watch Travis Scott's last Netflix film, or I was just watching Taylor Swift's film too. It's like, it's so dope when you see them be like, and then I think it'd be like, whatever, and then all of a sudden it cuts to like the stadium, and there's the party never ends. We got to live that in real life. You know what I mean? Like seeing like Destiny's Child rehearse and practice and sing a cappella together, and you're like, holy shit, like why am I here? You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden it's like, and they like rise up, and you're just like, damn.
Yeah,
bro.
like this moment, we knew this moment was gonna happen for 2 months, and then it really happens. I think that's the coolest thing. I was thinking about this today because I'm like reflecting for my birthday. I think that's the coolest thing possible. I'm so grateful for in terms of like what we do, is that part of it. Is like the thing I'm obsessed with is like the creation of the music and the process that it takes to just become what it becomes when it finally is released. But
exactly.
Like, it's like that, like in the Travis doc, when you hear him, like the first moments of him kind of like coming up with the flow that turns into like one of these smash hits,
right?
And then you see them get hyped off the song like right when they come up with like the first hook or whatever, is like that's what we got to experience in real life. And then for it to just like become so monumental on that world stage was like surreal for so long that we never really took it in.
I think even like, I remember how excited, and that's what made me want to be a part of shit like this, was like watching, like I used to study, you know, Big Sean all the time, and Mac Miller and all these people like that were making tour vlogs. But Big Sean, I think Carson did it, but there was like these little recaps that he would do in like 2 minutes, and he had like a border that would go around the outside of the video that is basically, he predid Gary Vee before Gary Vee did his podcast timer thing, and he would do it around the border of the whole thing, and it would match the length of the videos. But there was one episode I remember that was like, he was like in the back of the bus, and he was like showing someone his idea, and it was like, hey, mercy, healing me the thirsty, and he's just mumbling out the idea of it, but you hear kind of the beat, and then all of a sudden it's cutting to Mercy in the music video, and they're in the white garage, and Cuddy's in there, and you know what I mean? And I was like, that shit, it's like, fuck, that's so sick. Like, that's so sick. Could you imagine seeing that process come through? You know what I mean? To be a part of that, and to be the person that kind of either captures it or is involved in it or creates it or whatever, like that's always been so inspiring to me to like. And my favorite part, this is my favorite part, is no matter like we were on our shit, and my like there would be like, so me and Dave met, we kept this we had like a notes app that we shared or whatever, so we could tap into it, and we could like check off, we had all the songs, and we had all of our notes of like positioning and like where to be, camera moves,
where we're meeting at, etc.
Yeah. And so like we'd be updating on the fly, and that was like our Bible. And then during Coachella, like we had to live off that because sometimes our headset wasn't working, so like we'd have to know exactly where to be. And the best part was like, I think Jay came out, and maybe there was somewhere where I was on the pyramid, and I was trying to get you to see me, like you were supposed to come up, and you're just like, dog, I've never seen a kid in a candy store enjoying the show, and just like so caught off guard, just like, I knew in your head, like, because I'm watching it and I'm thinking about it the whole time. I'm like, this is crazy that me and Dave just met. You know what I mean? Like, technically just like met, and then you're sitting here like enjoying it. I'd be like, Dave, I'm trying to yell from the pyramid, Dave, because there's no way I
think there were a couple quick moments in the first weekend that I just got caught so memorized.
Not starstruck, but just struck.
Like but it really, the show really drew you in like that though.
Right.
It really like there was no moment where you're just like, oh, I'm gonna be chilling.
Right.
Like, the whole time, and everyone in the crowd was like that too. I do remember that because I had to run up the side. There's fire going off. Like, get the camera, but also there's fire. Watch out for the fire.
Right, watch out for the fire. There's band, there's trumpets and shit. There's fucking things that you can hit.
There's big drops.
Massive drops. Oh my God, man. It was such a wild.
You know what I think of think about the most often in terms of this doc was, I think it really was like a bell ring to the entire music industry. And I think Travis is like the first iteration of something that follows, in the sense of like, with these tours and artists and their careers and album releases, etc. Like, the preach is always content. Like, let's put out content now, and that's still like key, obviously. Like the more content you're putting out, like share things on tour, share things that are happening daily, share process of the song, etc. But what Parkwood and the team and what we were able to create, especially them, but what we were able to be a part of in terms of like that moment was so massive, and you have the live cut that people were sharing, right? But imagine how crazy that content would have went right away. But for it to sit for like a year almost and to develop something that's going to last forever now with this film is like so much more powerful and lasting, and like the impact it made in terms of like sharing the message of the film, sharing the message behind her inspiration of why, you know, it was created for, you know, HBCUs and etc. It's like now you see like it shows the importance of people documenting like these artists. These artists are like walking history, you know what I mean? In the sense of like, especially when you get to the level of Beyonce, like everything they're doing is one day going to be looked back on.
Right.
And having that documented at all times and having like a grand plan for it is so impactful. And if you can turn that into a piece that lives longer than that Instagram clip you dropped, or just these little recaps that just go and die,
right?
You know what I mean? Is something like crazy to think about. And I feel like artists are kind of starting to pay attention, like, yo, we need to be documenting at all times if they weren't already.
Right.
Like document, because all these moments are so powerful when you put them all together to share the story of something that's like impacting the world, especially like these artists that are going crazy, you know?
The cool thing to me is like, and you tell me, getting started, being thrown into the mix into this project, right? How massive it is and how exposed we are and how the access we had to shit. I think what's cool for me to watch for you is how it set you up to understand a lot of like key points in this game early. And the same goes for me. Like when I got here and get thrown into Chris's doc, it was the exact same thing. Like just, it's Chris, you know what I mean? It's Chris, Beyonce, whatever. It's like being able to be tossed into the shotgun and just be able to like observe and see all these things changed my whole thought process on who I was and how I was able to navigate what I liked, what I didn't like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How do you feel like it is for you, especially
well, it's funny. I was thinking about this the other day. I really feel like that entire Coachella experience was like it was college or like a master's in whatever it is, film production, the industry, like, you know,
like the illest
music
masterclass.
industry, like the illest like grad school that could have ever existed, because I was just, not only was I tapped into what we were doing, but I got exposed to like every other department at the highest level of what everyone else's roles were and how all the inner workings of it happened, how this show concept was being developed, and that entire process, like I look back on and I think it was like it advanced my career like 4 years.
Hell yeah.
In 3-4 months. I really think so, because of how much I was being exposed to every day and learning, and I'm super grateful for that. I think
that's how I felt with Chris's. It's like getting in there and seeing all the moving parts and understanding how they move taught me a new language. You know what I mean? And I would meet people like Craig's house people be pulling up all the time, and you know, different creators or people that are established, and maybe like, I don't know, however it'll come to be, someone will be like, yo, this is Ben's doing blah 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 blah, he's doing editing Chris Brown's documentary. All of a sudden, oh, where, blah, blah, blah. How long you been here? And I'm like 9 months. And they're like, 9 months? What the fuck? Even a year and a half, by whatever I was saying I accomplished in a year and a half, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, even at this point 4.5 years, people still look at it like, holy shit. But it's because the immediate download of information I was able to obtain by having access to that. It's like, I love how you said, because it's like, to me, being a creator, you know, when we look at this shit, it's like you can go pay for a school, you can go to UCLA, you can go to wherever, you can go to film school, wherever. You can pay for master classes, you can study all you want on YouTube, you could try to find mentors, etc. People pay top dollar for people like Jacob Owens and all these people to do whatever the you know what I mean, to have them be a coach,
yeah,
and,
exactly,
and all this shit, like to pay to do that, like
to try to advance yourself, like, you know,
to try to find fundamental learning and figure out how to be the shit in this industry, and you want to do it by learning from other people. And it's like me having access to Andrew, and for some reason Andrew feeling like I was worth his time catapulted everything about me to a whole nother level, right? Otherwise, I could have just been chilling at Craig's and trying to figure it out and talking to people, all the bullshit people that come through the crib every once in a while and talk about whatever the fuck. But having him accept me somehow, like, there's no dollar amount that could pay for what he put me in the position to do.
It's invaluable. It's invaluable. And there's no like book that would have taught you that either.
Isn't that crazy?
There's really no YouTube video you could have watched. I feel like with Black with No Cream, we really try to like contextualize like that type of experience and give it to people like every single week with episodes and like hope they take home what they take home from it. But you can never replace real world experience with just like things you learn. And it's important to learn everything, but I really do think personally that like where I was at when I went to Coachella versus where I was at December of 2018 after we had done Coachella tour and that South Africa run, like I would look back at my old stuff and would be like, I'm a different person. Like I took everything off I like shut my sight down and because I was like, the person that I was before I left and the person I am now it's not even comparable. Like the things I learned, like the way I felt about myself as a creator, the things that I was able to do and like the way that I shot was completely different. My style completely changed. Like I was just a different person and that entire experience was like an acceleration. And I think that's why it is important to, and I think we talked about this on the mentorship episode. And that was kind of like what I was saying was getting exposed to situations that are like above your pay grade or like above where you currently are is the way to advance yourself faster than you would imagine, because it's like the only way that you are going to grow is when you're faced with some challenges or some shit you don't know how to do. You know what I mean? And that was basically what I was experiencing for an entire year was like, oh, cool. You were shooting like EDM shows in Austin, Texas. Well, now you're, assistant camera BTS for one of the biggest performances in history. You know what I mean? Then it's like, and it's like also figure it out because no one has time to really explain you anything. So here it is. Right. What you got to do. And it's like,
just point that motherfucker.
Right. And I'm all day just like, I ain't supposed to be here. Right. You know what I mean? But, but it's, the confidence and the self-belief to be like, no, I am supposed to be here. There's a reason why
I think this
here.
Is like the cool, like, that's why I think it's so cool that we're like business partners and it makes so much sense because the path is so fucking similar.
Right. But the viewpoint is like different enough. I feel like.
And we can both bring new things to the table. You know what I mean? In a sense. Whereas if you were just like a dumbass, if you were just like, what do I do? And I'm like, do this. And you're like, all right. And then I'd be like, you have nothing to give me. Like, whereas Andrew, like I wanted to come in and find ways that I could offer anything I could to elevate him. You know what I mean? And I feel like I was able to do that through certain expertises that I developed before that. You know what I mean? And then you coming in, it was the same thing. It's like, how can you add value to me? There was several ways that you were able to add value to me, which made it easy for me to be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to fucking put this dude on. You know what I mean? Like, let me put this dude on. I think it was the same for Andrew. Like, if I got to ask him about it, like, why the fuck did you let me co-edit this feature film? You know what I mean? Like, massive feature film that everyone's seeing because it's so controversial and all this shit. And I co-edited that. Why? The fuck. I didn't even shot cool EDM shows in Texas, bro. I shot fucking old lady workout videos.
Shout out, baby.
And my own rap videos. Like, that's crazy, man.
That's I really do think that was the mindset that we locked in on was, and that's what I started this whole podcast. If you ask me how I felt about it, I was like, I feel proud to even have been a part of it. I feel proud of what I did on it, but I really feel proud of you because that was your moment. And my role a lot of the time in that moment was to make sure that was your moment. And it turned out that was like the growth, and we've talked about it, and like the shots we were able to create and like our role in the actual show. That was a team effort that we did together, climbing those ranks and really like figuring our place in the whole thing. Yeah. And the success is like my role in helping you succeed. You know what I mean? And then in that, I succeeded. Right. So
yeah, facts.
So I think we preach all the time, but like, it wasn't a place for me to come in and be like, I'm gonna be a hot shot. What can I do? Cause it's like, hell no. You know what I mean? Like, okay.
Well, you can't.
You can't. That's what I'm saying. But like, what can I do? How can I be the MVP of like camera 10? Right. You know what I mean? How can I be the MVP of like Ben's BTS team? Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then it's like, cool. Well, these are some things that are taking up your time, or like, it seems like, you should be focusing on this, but other people are telling me there's like these 5 other things we got to do. Let me go do all those other 6 things.
Or that early ass morning where I'm like, bro, I'm fucking tired and I don't need to do this, but you got to go to the venue or to the studio and start those fucking time lapses at 5 a.m. and you had to walk your ass over there and do it.
I was hyped though. I pull up and I'm like, this is crazy. I'm tired, but I'm talking to, what was the stage manager's name? I was thinking about this the other day.
Terry?
Yeah. Talking with Terry, he's like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "He's like, you spying on us?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm climbing up I'm setting up all these time lapses, and the whole time, bro, I was looking around like, this is insane."
It is insane. It's like crazy, man. But think about it. I think that's a testament to people that do think like that they can pull up, feeling like they have it all figured out. I'm telling you right now, you do not. Like, I guarantee you, hands down, I fucking did not have it figured out. It probably looked like a dumbass and was able to fucking recuperate or recover myself, you know what I mean? But like, if you come in thinking you've got it figured out and you've never done the shit, you are lying to yourself. We always say it, say yes till you can say no, and act like you fucking do, but be very, very slow paced in how you like kind of push into that boundary, because if you come into it full force or you come into it acting like you're the shit. I witnessed it the other night. We were on a shoot, and I'm not even gonna say what shoot it was.
Just don't.
Okay. And there was like 2 different photographers that kind of beef with each other. And it was weird to watch because I'm like, you're tarnishing your guys' names right now and creating drama for the client. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it didn't need to happen. And it was in front of talent. So it was like, just stop. Just get out of the way. You don't need, but if you come in here and acting like a bullhead and you're going to sit here and put on a fight, then you're going to look weird. And if you come onto any set, like, or if you would have came on and acted like you knew everything and I would have been like, oh, cool, go do this. And then you go to do it and you fuck up, that would come back on me.
Yeah.
Because like, who's this? What happened?
I think that never would have happened because the relationship we already had, even though it was over the internet, was like
I was aware.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, and we already built a relationship. Like, I was already like helping you with all this stuff.
Right. But you know what I mean? If you would have been like, I could do time lapse and maybe you've never done it before. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then you go do it and you're like, so what? I took 10 pictures. Are those good? And I was like, what? And then we missed it.
Well, you know what? That was what I was so grateful for also was there was no room for that type of stuff.
No.
Like, it was like, no one was going to forgive anybody for, this is my like first time. No,
right.
Like, this is one of the biggest artists in the world. Like, go home.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it was like, there was no room for error.
Right.
It was figured out.
Yeah.
And like, if you need to ask someone a question, but just provide value. So it was like, cool. There's editors, there's editors, there's a show director, there's all these people, and they're asking me to do stuff. And as long as I can do all those things at the highest level for them of my ability, and then make sure you shine, then we're gonna be fine.
Right.
And it was just head down, think about that. And you had a whole different route. But there was really no room for error. Like, even with you, like we had our heads down for like 3 months straight.
That's why it passed by real quick. And I also like just made sure I said in Ashley's interview, I didn't make friends with nobody, didn't give 2 fucks about who anyone was. You know what I mean? Like, I was just like, I need to make sure I film this shit really well. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't know who that person is. I don't care. I'll probably never see these people again. They don't care about me. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just need to make sure I do a really good job. And then when we get on tour, and then all the dancers in the band will be like, nah, we know you. Like, we saw you everywhere. You were everywhere. I'm like, I mean, there was 150 of you guys. I had no idea.
Like, they always knew us because like we would all, like, pretty much the feature camera in the sense of like if all the dancers are standing there, like, they know that this is the camera.
Like, I didn't become friends. I don't know about you, but I didn't become friends with anyone but Jaquel and Chris, kind of. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
until tour.
It was mostly like the show creation, like that show creation team that we became friends with. But it really wasn't till like one of the first couple of shows when I finally, like, the first time we really got to put out content, and I was creating content for all the dancers, and I like got all their numbers and texted all to them, and like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
That was when we really became like friends.
Yeah, because then people knew what it was.
Yeah.
Because they hadn't seen the film. The film didn't come out till after tour, you know what I mean? Then they see it. But I think the shittiest thing about all this, bro, is that this news came the day Kobe died.
Yeah, man.
And that shit was such a bummer because
I didn't even think about this.
I'm sure you didn't.
Till today.
I'm sure you didn't. And I know I called you because Lauren literally texted me, we're both with each other, and we both got, out of all the fucking media sources possible, Citizen was the way we found out about this shit.
Well, TMZ is the one that broke it.
but someone must have posted on Citizen, and I saw it, and then I called you because I'm like, Dave will know. And then as you answer, I'm like, never mind, this is just some bullshit. And you're like, no, it ain't, bro. Like, I'm fucking gonna break down on set right now. Like, this is sad as fuck. And I'm like, oh my god. And then like 2 hours later, I'm like, well, are they even doing, like, what's going on with the Grammys? And I turned it on, and Steve and Aaron went up and got the award and shit. I'm just like, fuck. Like, this is such a crazy, shitty feeling right now, because it's like so cool that we won this, and so terrible that this dude and everyone just lost their lives in this.
And the craziest thing was that, like, the Grammys are at Staples Center,
His house.
which is like Kobe's house. You know what I mean? So the fact that there are people showing up outside of the Grammys are creating like the shrine and the memorial they're actually having to take it down like now.
Yeah, I saw
but
that.
it was all week of flowers and outpourings of like letters and gifts and all this stuff. And you hear a report that like they're having to ask people to like leave because the Grammys are coming,
Right.
and everyone's in LA is like, fuck the
Who
Grammys.
cares? Yeah, fuck the Grammys.
You know what
This
I mean?
shit rigged. That's what people are. That literally was like the news article that this shit's rigged right now. Like that was like a crazy drama leading up to it too. But yeah, that sucks. It's like you'll never forget that. But what I think is you just get lost in all the. As soon as someone dies, you start paying attention to all the media and the past things that they were saying. You're like, well, let me listen to what they're saying again. But Kobe, I feel like, because I remember Lewis, our documentary that's coming out, if you guys are listening to this right now, pull up to the fucking premiere. Go to greatness.com. I don't know. I think the tickets are actually sold out, but you can hang outside and we'll talk to you. But Kobe's at the end of the credits, he plays like a snippet of his interview with Kobe talking about his like definition of greatness and shit. And when you listen to this dude talk, it motivates you and it makes me feel like I'm on the right track. You know what I mean? Because he talks about his track and how long his stretch of road was to get to where he was and to accomplish all he did and how hard he worked and all this shit. And it's like, if you feel like you are doing enough, you're definitely not if you compare it to that guy. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Which is crazy, but fuck, that sucks so much.
Yeah, man, I think I'm glad we did this though, because even with all the Kobe passing, like that was heavy. But I feel like even when you posted a couple things and you know it all went crazy and everyone's commenting and sharing it and stuff, I think it's important because I feel like you weren't afraid to like celebrate it. And I feel like even me personally, and I know other creators are almost like, no one really wants to sit there and like toot their own horn or be like, this happened. And we're so focused on the next thing, because that happened a year ago for us.
Yeah, right.
So we're already past that.
Right.
Tour happened. You know what I mean? So
Right.
we're like still, we don't feel that we're not satisfied with anything. And I feel like it is important for us to sit back and be proud. You know, I'm hella proud.
I just didn't want to.
yeah.
I didn't post. I think I didn't. I waited till like 3 days to even talk about it, because I even like posted a story like, yeah, I know. I know we want to, because people messaged me like, oh my god, you guys want a Grammy? I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, I'll talk about it later. You know what I mean? Like, now's not the time. Like, the only thing I could do is call my family and be like, we want a Grammy. I have like, my mom's reaction is funny as hell. But like, I would just call people, because it's like, dude, I'm not gonna fucking, what am I post? No one should have posted shit that day. You know what I mean? Like,
No, hell
and
no.
anyone that's posting all these videos of like Kobe
For a couple days,
I'm
bro.
not like a fucking basketball fan, but yo, I know Kobe. Like, I know Kobe. I remember watching the NBA Finals in LA, my first time in LA, and they who were they playing? Boston Celtics. And,
When it was like 2010.
this had to have been like 2000, anywhere between
Or
like
2010,
2008,
12.
9, 10, 11.
Yeah.
And it was my first time coming out here
They
to visit my
played the
homie.
Magic and the Celtics. I
Celtics
believe.
was the finals,
Yeah.
right? So, the fact that I know that is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty, like, you gotta be happy for me. And I like remember we went to a bar in Long Beach, and it was packed wall to wall, everyone wearing Lakers shit, and like Kobe played his ass. Like, everyone went crazy, but Kobe was the only person I knew. That was the only name, you know what I mean, besides the Lakers. But we had beer, and we were like, everyone was spraying. You buy a beer just to throw it in the air, and everyone's going
Yeah.
crazy. Like, the energy behind that shit's so nuts. And then to walk around here, to take my Uber to go to Miami, to go to the airport, the guy's sitting here like, yeah, man, crazy, man. It's crazy. Like, this is this town, man. Like, everyone's gonna go nuts. Like, everybody talks about it. You walk anywhere, yo, did you hear the shit about Kobe? Blah, blah, blah. Like, it's like unreal how. And I feel like whatever memorial service they do in LA is going to be through the roof.
It's gonna be
like,
crazy.
It's going to be insane. I think we'll be in
they're
Hawaii.
they're waiting for like Vanessa to like kind of call the shots.
Right.
His wife.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was reading, and there's like, you know, talks of it being like at the Coliseum, so they can fit like 80,000 people, 80,000 people.
Yeah,
Because
they have to.
everyone's going.
I mean,
Staples
Nipsey did
doesn't
Staples. Nipsey did Staples and
Staples
like
too small for
through the
for
roof.
Kobe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is crazy, man. Man, I thought I had the fucking videos of my mom reaction. It was pretty funny, but maybe not. I do have the BTS. He'll post the BTS from that mattress shoot. But damn, man, that's crazy, bro. This was like the coolest shit to hear. Just so you know, because I was like, oh shit, I missed it.
And the Grammy goes to
It's cool, right?
Homecoming, Beyonce.
Like that shit's so fucking dope. I called my mom. I called my sister. I try to call everybody, but apparently I don't have it on my phone. Must have deleted it. Crazy, man. Anyway, yeah, dog. What a wild year. A couple years. Yeah, it's been dope. Let's see. How do we wrap this up? The morning roast. We got the questions of the day from our Patreon community. If you want to have a chance to have your questions asked on the podcast, you can sign up now at jointhehomies.com and ask your questions in our private Discord channel, and we will answer them like we are about to right now. Today's question is from Kaiser. Kaiser said, I got a question. I'm going to send this one to Dave. While you were on the road, how did you manage your relationship with your girlfriend? Distance is obviously hard enough as it is, but being across the world adds more pressure. Thanks, Chance. Motherfucker, I got a girlfriend too.
Yeah, and he's been on like two tours.
Two tours across the world without my girl. I was like reading that shit like, hey, what the fuck, Kaiser? No, but you take the wheel, champ.
I mean, that's the hardest thing, right? I think the first thing is, you hope that your girl has understands that the tour likely, or whatever you're doing across the world, is likely like the realization of your dreams. Mm-hmm. So that comes first, in the sense of like they're proud of you, right? So then that should take, like, that's always the underlying feeling, is like, yeah, it sucks we're away, but like, if I'm speaking from my girlfriend's perspective, it's like, I know you're fulfilling your dreams, and that makes me happy.
Right.
But we talked about it all the time, like we talk about it. It really just comes down to like communicating. I think, like, let's say if we're talking in the sense of a tour, it's like you want to call at least like once a day if you can. You know what I mean? Like keep them involved. It's like you want to, if you can send snaps or send pictures or keep them involved in the process, because you're gonna be doing all this crazy stuff, and then if you're not talking to them, it's like you're just kind of leaving them by the wayside. Right. So it's really just like communicating and keeping them involved, calling them, telling them about what's going on.
That's always the hardest part too, because tour really be frozen, like real life be frozen, and you're on call 24 hours a day. So like the hardest part would be like, oh shit, we got to break away. Like we get done,
it's hard,
and then we'd be like, let's go eat some food. We're in Paris, and then we go eat food, and then all of a sudden it turns into drinks, and then you're having good conversations with the people you're around, and then you realize it's like 5 a.m.
And there's a 12-hour difference, or like whatever difference. Yeah, I mean it sounds easier than it is.
It's not
like,
easy.
I'm telling, that would be the formula, but it's trying to do that at the best you can, because also it's tough because you're usually in such like once in a lifetime opportunities, whether it's like work or the fun part after it. It's like you don't want to be stuck on your phone, but it's also like you would find time to like break away, have a good conversation, catch up. Like you want to know what's going on with them, and then get back to the work.
Big shout out to everyone that leaves reviews on our podcast on Apple Podcasts. Each review helps us reach new creators. We like to highlight the best reviews each week and send a set of Black with No Cream stickers to those Black with No Cream members that support. So yeah, if you want some free stickers, you should drop a review, which is dope. I don't think you can leave reviews on Spotify, can you?
I don't think so.
I think it's just Apple that does reviews. But honestly, if we get more reviews, that means that like the podcast goes higher in the rankings and shit. So that's dope. This one I thought was interesting. The title of this review is called Warmed Up to It. Gave us 5 stars. Shout out. The name is Butts, like BUTTSSSSS. So Butts. And he says, I'll be honest, I didn't think this was that valuable at first, but as I kept listening to more episodes, I got to like it more and see the different types of artists and creators on here, and have grown to be inspired by many of them. So super wide variety of people and different lessons to take from all of them. Thanks. I'm like, I think it's cool because the podcast proved itself, but I'm interested to know how he or she came into it and what it was that they watched where they're like, this shit ain't valuable. Fuck you mean, man?
Yeah, no.
I wouldn't do this if it wasn't valuable to everyone else. What do you mean by that? Hey, butts.
We appreciate
you.
Your journey of liking us.
Yeah, we do.
Appreciate
we really are glad you're on Team BWC. Send us your address and we'll send you some stickers for sure. And please when you do DM me, please tell me how you came into it, because it could be maybe they came in on an episode that was like from back in the day where it was just trash. Like
I don't
me
know.
just
I
rambling
guess
about some shit.
We'll let her. We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
Whoever
super
Butts
interested.
Butts is.
All right, that's it for this episode of Morning Roast. A little bit longer than normal. Make sure to check out the latest podcast episode with Brandy Marie King. We just dropped that on Sunday, and definitely stay tuned for this episode on Sunday with Ty Rogers to talk about what it's like working on this. What do you call it? I was gonna say extreme sports, but that's not true. Sports side of shit. Football, college football,
creating
NFL.
for football, basketball.
Yeah.
Big athletes and sports brands, which is tight. So
Yeah.
check that one out.
New episodes every single Wednesday and Sunday. We'll see you in a few days. You bitch. Also, happy birthday, Dave. Love you, death dog.
Thanks, brother.
It's been fun doing this shit.
Hell yeah.
Go fucking throw some comments in his Instagram or something. Comment on here. Anything about Dave's birthday, we'll accept it. Go light it up. You heard me. Bye.